Welcome to my presentation on skills-based approach and micro-credentialism. Skills-based approach is a methodology centered on the development of a skill set throughout a lifetime. This includes education, higher education, and a career. Users constantly cycle through 4 stages and evolving skill set. It should be considered in not only a professional context, but also a personal context. Every experience in one's life, there is an opportunity to apply skills. Skills-based approach is a platform and application. It is an ideal platform for micro-credentialism. The best way to apply micro-credentialism is to think in the development of skills and related competencies. In this example, I will demonstrate how skills-based approach is applicable to micro-credentialism. What is micro-credentialism? Micro-credentialism is a fast track to acquire skills for employability. Essentially, you try to map what exact skills are needed to get a certificate or job and find the fastest track to do that. So the professional determines what skills are needed, then maps out a plan to acquire them. Skills. I've explained the definition of skills. When I talk about skills, I'm not only talking about the technical skills commonly associated with STEM fields, but I'm also talking about transferable skills, skills that can be used across subjects and disciplines. I'm talking about soft skills that you find in emotional intelligence. I'm talking about foundational skills, the skills like thinking and problem solving and communication. Finally, I also talk about behaviors and values too. All these kinds of skills can work with skills-based approach and can be acquired over time. Why skills? Well, occupation specialties are changing too fast. The most in-demand occupation and specialties did not exist 10 or even 5 years ago. And the pace of change is set to accelerate according to a Future of Jobs World Economic Forum. Skills are tangible. There's something to talk about. They're definable, standardized, portable, searchable, measurable, and flexible. Skills are the verb of knowledge. They're the action part. Skills define how we think, converse, problem solve, create, engineer, write, debate, play, and so on. They are the underlying foundation of all learning. Finally, with AI and Internet of Things, we need to build skills unique to human capabilities, identify and acquire skills that complement these new technologies. Because as a Pew Research Digital Life in 2025 says, everything that can be automated will be automated. Okay, well now let's get right to the micro-credentialism example. What I'm going to show you here is how an accountant can get a CPA without getting a 4-year bachelor's degree. In fact, the education can be completed in less than a year, and the student can supplement the learning with other outside resources and experience, like taking a MOOC or learning a game and finding mentors along the way. This is an example of micro-credentialism. This is an actual screenshot from skills-based approach. This first step is to actually take skills and assign them to the stages. And for this example, we're looking at a person who wants to get a CPA within a year. This includes all the education skills that the student's going to need to take the test in a year from now. Here I show an actual portion of the table of all the different tasking associated for skills-based approach. As you can see, it's by skill, and for each stage, there are different tasks to be taken. Some of them include courses, books, assessments, mentors, goal setting, next action notes, actually presenting the skill set on a LinkedIn profile or personal website, and then finally getting the CPA certification, getting endorsements and references in economics, and perhaps in writing. A couple things worth noting, an advantage of using skills-based approach in micro-credentialism. First, beyond just taking the classes, I've assigned a MOOC in accounting, as you can see. What happens with the MOOC is you may not get college credit or could use it towards the CPA, but what it does is puts you in touch with a top university. For this example, I'm looking at a MOOC for Coursera at Wharton. And if you perform in the top 10% of the class, you can ask for a recommendation from the professor that you could use in your future job search for being an accountant. In addition, you get connected to a lot of people in the discussion forums as well. The other advantage is, I'm not sure if it's on here in the example as you can see on the screen, but I've also done a game simulation as well. And after you take a couple courses, you might want to play a game online that kind of simulates what it's going to be like to be actually sit in an office and be an accountant and work on the books. Again, this is an actual screenshot from skillsbasedapproach.com, www.skillsbasedapproach.com. Here is a second table based on the same exact tasking and assigning of skills to the different stages for a micro-credential path for an accountant. What's nice about this is that it shows the tasks and it can easily be filtered, sorted, as you can archive different tasks and so forth. So it's easy to see the tasking right in front of you, when the different tasks are due and when they start, and so forth. And in the far right corner, you can also see how the different skills are assigned to the stage as well. So now that I showed you how a skills-based approach works with micro-credentialism, here's another conclusion that's worth mentioning. When workers talk about some of these 2-year and professional technical certificates, as you can see from the graph, they're well respected and well received among workers. In fact, 73% of workers say someone with less education than they could develop the skills and knowledge needed to do their job. Here's another graph that shows kind of all the opportunities that don't necessarily need a degree. What kind of jumps out are all the computer support specialists, web developers, and technicians involved here. Regardless if someone chooses a micro-credential path or a traditional degree path, they should expect to continue working on their skills throughout their lifetime. In a Pew Research survey, 63% of workers got job-related training in the past year, 55% to learn or maintain job skills, and 36% for a license certification needed to do their job. Finally, I'd like to close with a quick overview of all the benefits of skills-based approach. In this diagram, you can see how first in the inner circle, all the different types of skills that are referenced with skills-based approach. There's an expanded definition. It's not just STEM fields. On the second inner circle, you can see all the different types of learning that are related to skills-based approach. Personalized learning best works with skills. Experiential learning is basically the application of skills. Adaptive learning works during the building stage of skills-based approach as people are learning, modifying lesson plans based on their learning. And then there's competency-based learning and micro-credentialism. Finally, on the outer circle, you can see all the different new concepts that are being applied to skills-based approach. Okay, well, moving forward, please feel free to contact me if you'd like a deeper presentation about skills-based approach or would like to access the application. You can contact me by email. You can follow the discussion on Twitter, the handle Skills Approach. You can follow this discussion on Facebook with the handle Skills-Based Approach. It's also online at the website skillsbasedapproach.com. I've created a blog that I just started, skillsculture.com. I hope you find this presentation interesting and believe in the life learning and skills-based approach and as a solution that can be used for micro-credentialism.